Cool, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm Leo. I'm joined by Thala.
Hello.
Yeah, you've come all the way from Brazil to...
I've come a long way to comment your run, yes.
Yes, but so I had to bring it up because that alone is a bit of a feat. So thank you so much.
No,
but yeah, we're gonna do normal. So it's kind of the standard category we do. The first thing, I'm gonna turn off autosave. That's because that's gonna save us like 2 seconds for every time we come out an episode. Let's get started and we'll kind of explain what's going on. One thing to note, I'm playing with a Wiimote. That's gonna kind of determine a lot on what you're about to see. But yeah, I'm gonna hit the save and whenever you're ready, Thala.
Just do me a countdown.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, well,
let's
we're
make it happen.
starting a bit late. I don't think we'll ever start. Okay, never mind, it did.
It's fine.
Go.
Making me worry there. Do the ESS.
I'm used to milliseconds. Anyway, as Leo mentioned, he's playing on a Wiimote. This is a Wii game, so the orange dot that you will see bouncing around frantically left and right is Leo aiming at the sensor bar. And, well, it's easy to follow from there.
Yeah.
We'll be doing surgery. The controls are very complicated. I'll do my best to like boil it down a bit. It helps that the first chapter is a bunch of tutorials.
Yeah.
So it's better to explain it as things happen.
Yeah. So basically the first chapter is just lots of tutorials, basically getting you accustomed to what's going on. So here we're going to do some suturing, which is just some zigzags, pulling out some glass with the forceps.
It took him 3 seconds to do all that. Keep that in mind. The rest of the runs will be just as fast and crazy. So yeah, this is just a simple procedure. You just extract things, suture the guy up, and this will be the first time you will see this. He's disinfecting the incision and then placing a bandage. The reason I say it's the last time because, well, we want to go fast. We don't want to make sure the patient has a safe recovery. So we won't be disinfecting the incision from now on.
Yep. Too much effort. Takes too long. We don't need the extra score because we're not doing anything that relates to rank. We just want to go fast.
Yeah, this game has a really good score system, and doing actions with a cool grade nets you more points. If you do them badly, you get a bad and you get less points. Because we just want to finish the game, we don't want the highest score, we just do things as fast as possible, and if whatever score we get, it's that.
Yep.
So once you're here, we're going to learn about how to extract tumors. You can see that it's going to be a very simple procedure, but first we need to boost vitals. The green juice that Leo just injected into the patient's stomach is the Miracle Life Gel, the stabilizer. It boosts the green bar you see at the top, and if that ever reaches 0, the patient dies, and Leo has to restart the operation.
I don't want that to happen, especially when later on we have a couple ops that have multiple patients. So if I kill the patient on the fourth patient, then I have to redo the entire operation. And I don't want that to happen.
And let me just say, the vitals get really, really low later in the run.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen too much, but it will happen a few times.
So 1-3 here is just a repeat of 1-2 to make sure that the tutorial actually stuck with you for the past 5 minutes. So we'll be extracting 3 tumors instead of 1, and we get some story.
Wow, story.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about story, are we?
I mean, it's in Japanese, I can't read it.
You know what? Point taken, neither can I. We are playing in Japanese because it's faster. There's less characters, so less text boxes.
Yeah. If you've watched any speedrun ever, it's probably the same reason it's in Japanese. There are no specific glitches in this game. Like, there's 1 or 2 little things you can do, but they work on all versions, and the only reason we're doing Japanese is because it's, I think, like 20 or 30 seconds faster.
Cut those out, and all done.
And as you can see, it's exactly the same as 1-2.
Imagine getting 3 tumors removed from your, was it your pancreas there?
I didn't pay attention.
No, neither did I. Within 15 seconds.
It's crazy how we run this game for thousands of hours, and we don't know a simple detail.
Oh no, I've completely forgotten what half these things are. I just wanted to think, oh, we're doing this operation now.
Speaking of episodes that don't have operations, I guess. 1-4 is just a story chapter. Thankfully, we can just skip everything by doing episode select. I guess you guys have noticed already, but the storytelling in this game follows a visual novel style. You just mash through text. Thankfully, Atlas gave us a skip button that automatically dismisses text boxes on frame 1.
Yeah, unlike Trauma Team,
this is a Trauma Center second opinion run. Let's talk about it.
Okay. I had to throw shade. That run is 4 hours long, even with optimal button mashing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's complicated. So you can see the nurse changed. This is Angie. She will stick with us for the rest of the game. She has a bad habit of screaming at us. Sadly, well, you guys will see when Leo makes a mistake.
If I make a mistake.
Big words for a 1.5 hour run, but okay. So we're treating polyps here. I should talk about that. They're just small little things. They look exactly like tumors, but they're smaller, so you can kill them with the laser. And depending on how slow you do them, you need to drain some extra blood. But we're super fast, so we never... I don't even know the condition that spawns blood.
Oh, I have no idea either. Yeah. Even on hard, I've never had that problem.
So yeah, another bad bandage here.
Yep.
And we can move on to the first actually difficult operation of the game.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I don't completely fumble it, as I am going for the fast strat.
Oh, let's go.
So, probably in the last year or so, I think, we kind of figured when we put a membrane down and we have to gel it, it takes time for that membrane to apply and like give the okay and then clear. And basically, if you do it first, you don't have to wait.
Yeah, basically the game keeps track of like when things have disappeared, and the membrane that you apply to the organ and then the gel takes a while to disappear, so doing them first is optimal. But as you will see in a minute, they aren't the main focus of the operation because they deal much less damage than the thousands of inflammations that you see on the screen. Each one of these is a tiny hitbox that Leo will struggle with in a bit.
We'll see.
After the tumors, the vitals will get a little bit lower, maybe dip into the reds, depending on the amount of mistakes.
There's the first miss.
Yeah. So now all we have to do is hit these tiny hitboxes. They're really tiny. I can't stress that enough. Like, they might look huge on the screen because this game is like 480p, but it's really difficult.
So we're talking about low vitals.
Oh, it's 8. It's super high.
It's fine. Vitals are a resource. Anyway, we're gonna ultrasound this exact point. Angie wants us to look around, but I'm not interested.
She's like, oh, there's still tumors. Look around, Dr. Styles. But we want to go fast, so we're just gonna close them up.
Bye. We have a concert or something to go to. I can't remember what the story is.
I think it was just going to the bar, which is like extra sad for the patient,
that's pretty depressing.
Anyway, as it turns out, I'll summary up 1/7. So Derek goes drinking. Derek's the main character. He goes drinking. The patient's like, oh my god, my tumor is massive now in the span of 10 minutes. And some surgeon needs to go in because Derek is no longer on duty. And Angie gets very upset at him. But as he's regretting his decisions, he sees a child get run over by a car. And he deduces, oh my god, it's going to the hospital. I'll go even if I'm off duty. And as he barges into a crying Angie, we are going to now save this child.
Alright, let's see if I can get a good defib.
Yeah, so defibrillators in this game have a 2-frame window to hit the green spot. You want to hit the green spot because you need to hit it to clear it in one cycle. Yeah, it's clear if you just look at now. No, that's a miss. That's another miss. That is a third miss, Leo.
Listen, I'm doing my best.
All right, he hit the light gray one. He needs to hit it again.
There we go. Of course, the last is a green.
First try.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. It's fine.
All right, never mind how many glass shards are stuck to the heart. The patient's fine and alive.
See, look, 20 vital still. It's fine. Yeah. There we go. See, you didn't even go down.
Yeah. It's not like anything crazy is going to happen.
Oh, there we go. There's the green.
Yeah. Where was the glass shard? How is the patient alive? Don't ask questions.
It's time for the main gimmick of this game.
Yeah, so you see a star brain drawn here. The heart is about to rupture or something, so we need to suture it quickly. There you go. And allegedly, when you see the star, time slows down. That's just a thing in this game.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something that will be useful in a few episodes.
See, we say star because the game expects you to draw a star. I don't know if I'm going to be drawing any stars today.
They'll see in a bit.
Yep.
So here we have a side plot. So this game is actually a remake of Trauma Center Under the Knife for the DS. And the storyline you see on the left is the original story. They added a few episodes with a new doctor, and
we'll come back to
yeah, we'll explain it later.
It's fine. Anyway, we got some Thrombi to deal with, so we're gonna test my tool switching.
Yeah, so this operation is very technical. You can do it very, very fast, even though it's really, really easy. But you can save an insane amount of time by doing some fast tool switching, which is done with the nunchuck. I didn't explain that. But you see Leo will go from ultrasound, forceps, drain. I
didn't fully
I actually
drain it.
forgot the order, but you can see a bunch of tools being swapped.
I didn't fully
And
drain
you can
it.
kinda
There we go.
drain two of them at the same time, as you saw there. So they'll speed up now. Leo will bunch them up together at the very end there, so he can cut them all at the same time, but only after the star kicks in, because now time is slowed down. And you can see the final two ones will be
Hello?
easily
The
dealt
gel
with.
just
Yeah,
didn't
the
do
gel.
anything.
We like to complain about the gel in this game a lot. It's the tool that's most jank. Like, you can apply it, sometimes it doesn't stick. Sometimes you apply it, it sticks, but only halfway. It's weird. They fixed it on the newer games.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of stars.
Yeah, let's draw some stars.
Yeah, so 2-3 is the last tutorial operation, I guess. It's going to teach us about Derek's special ability. Previously, we had the star drawn automatically for us, but now Leo is going to teach everyone how to draw stars. And I hope they come out perfectly.
Everyone get your notebooks ready.
Yeah, everybody get the print screen key ready.
Actually, please do, because if we get an absurd star, we can put it into the superstars channel we have in our Discord.
So this is so much jank. On our community Discord, we have a channel specifically to post screen caps of this jank. So
It's great.
you can draw. You have to draw stars, but what the game considers a star can sometimes be, well,
Let's see if I can do one, actually.
yeah.
It's pretty questionable, to be honest. I don't think he's
Do
gonna...
like 6 segments. That's usually. It still needs to look like a star.
Ah, that's boring, though.
All right, we should go.
All right, let's just keep drawing stars.
I'm sure one of them will pop up naturally as we move forward.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure.
yeah. The star detection algorithm is questionable at best, but it provides immense amount of entertainment. So, will we be swapping to hard?
No.
No, okay.
No, I'm...
So yeah, this operation is like 0.3 seconds faster on hard, but it's so silly, it's not worth going for, especially in a marathon.
Not feeling that. No, thank you.
So we'll be dealing with aneurysms. We need to inject stuff, remove the actually cut the stuff, remove the stuff, drain the blood, reconnect the stuff, and then suture it. You see,
that's a lot of stuff.
I could say the names, but like
Oops, I've got text skip. Whoops.
the probability of me messing something up is near 100%.
Yeah. Well, you'll just see what it looks like. It looks like this.
Yeah. As I mentioned,
Hope you didn't miss it.
yeah, there will be more popping up.
So something we're gonna do in a little minute is these aneurysms take time to deal with. So instead of actually dealing with them, we're gonna let 2 of them burst, which something you shouldn't hear from your surgeon.
So yeah, you can see 2 have spawned at the same time, and we can still deal with them quickly enough, right? So now 4 of them will spawn together, and ideally you want to treat all 4, right? But thankfully we have enough vitals to just treat 2 of them, let 2 of them burst, and still have the patient alive.
I was waiting. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Don't kill the patient now, Leo.
It's fine.
The miss. So the reason, I guess, this is so much more consistent on normal, the aneurysms deal a lot of damage when they burst on hard, so it's actually much riskier to play it on hard, but it saves 0.3 seconds.
Cool.
Oh, also, this was supposed to be the operation where the game's like, oh, please use the healing touch. You will not be able to do this without the healing touch, but clearly Leo is too good at the game.
Yeah, Derek collapses or something because he concentrated too hard. So that's like the reason why you can only use it once in an operation as well.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Is that story? I don't know the story, sorry.
I just know we can only draw it once, and if we draw it early, it's sometimes bad.
Yeah. So for 2-6, we have a new kind of wound to deal with. I call them big lacerations. I don't know if that's the proper name. Okay. So they're exactly the same as the regular lacerations, but they're bigger. And they're so big that blood is pouring out of them, so you need to drain the blood, connect them together, and then suture them as normal. And they look like they would deal a lot of DPS, but the highest source of DPS for this operation is actually the smallest laceration.
Which, it's only really relevant if there's enough cuts there. Like, we can go pretty quick anyway.
Yeah.
So, Doesn't.
So if you missed Chew 6, that was too fast. Don't worry, Chew 9 is exactly like that.
Anyway, we've got 2 boring skips to do, so I feel like this is a good time for any messages like that to jump in.
Those.
Sure thing. We have a few we can go through. First of all, we have one that came in right at the end of last run at $20 from Eludet, saying, "Thank you, ESA, for the high-quality marathons over the years. I've been a fan of ESA for years, and I'm delighted to see it continue going strong. This year is bound to be one of the best. Thank you, and GG to all the runners and to everyone behind the scenes." And then we got a few little more sillier ones. We got $10 from Leon Makar, saying, "What do you call a group of wee trauma center runners? A gaggle of wagglers." Then we got $10 from Yagotu. "How much trauma would a trauma center if a trauma center could center trauma?"
At least 6.
At least 6, all right. And lastly, we got $20 from Double Double, saying $20 for a one. Right?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Sure.
Yo, Double, thanks for the donation. Thanks so much, and to everyone else who donated. Really appreciate it.
Yes, please keep them coming, and more bad puns. I love those.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, please. So right here we finished treatment, but there's a new laceration, and we used the ultrasound and found out there's a little bat inside the patient's lung. What the heck is that?
I need a boost. Whoops.
Yeah. So more of them will spawn. I guess this is a...
Hello?
If you
Where
weren't
are they?
weirded out by the stars that slow down time, I guess now is the time to be weirded out. There's a big bat inside the lung now, and the treatment is, well, clearly lasering them. The big one takes 3 hits because this is a video game and things take 3 hits to kill. And this is what we refer to as guilt. It's some virus that some bad people are spreading, and we need to treat them, and there's like a billion cases happening. Anyway, story is
relevant.
not as relevant, but we'll be dealing with several of these guilt types of viruses throughout the run. In fact, after Chapter 4, that's all we'll... Cool skip that we can go here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go absolutely Sonic fast for this.
Nice.
But yeah, the one that you just saw in 2.9 is called Kiriaki. It is the most common one. You'll see it a lot. So if you missed it, don't worry. I'm gonna be doing a whole episode with 5 of those.
Yeah. So for Tube 11, this is sort of like the last normal operation. I call it, well, you see what. This is a heart valve transplant.
Yeah.
Mitral. Anyway, I'm not gonna...
Yeah, it's a heart valve transplant. Yeah.
Okay. So Leo's gonna open the patient's heart up, do the transplant, and close it back up in hopefully under 15 seconds.
We'll see. First, a defib.
Yeah. 2 frames. On the green.
Don't remind me. Let's go.
Very nice.
Alright, let's go. Sonic fast. Let's go.
Alright, so the game expects you to use the healing touch here to make a cycle. Leo is gonna cut it close here. Let's see. He needs to suture this, that. Oh, that was so close. So this is really hard to do. It saves quite a few seconds because it would skip this defibrillator. But again, it's really hard to do. You need to make the cycle of the heart fibrillating and the sutures, and you can't really miss any of those cut points. Leo missed one. That's what tripped him up.
Yeah. It's cutting it like, it's not a perfect cycle, it's more like an oval. So it can be kind of awkward to get that perfect motion round and round.
Can I just remind everyone that this guy is playing with a Wiimote? Everyone that has played with a Wii knows how imprecise these things can be.
Get the Insta-ESS.
Yeah.
I'll quickly demonstrate, like, when I get in, what it looks like, you know, when I'm just kind of holding it without supporting my wrist on my lap. Because you do need to support your wrist and to make sure it's actually stable. Because that's sort of like the biggest thing, is having a good setup so that your cursor is going to behave itself, but also making sure you can actually control it.
Yeah, the number one question we get when people start playing this game is like, how do you guys support your wrists, or like how do you play, how do you position your arm? Luckily you have a webcam, so you can see what Leo is doing.
I got a blanket, that's just a little bit of padding, but you can see like here, pretty shaky.
So this is just a repeat of Kiriaki. It's very literally the same as 3 chews. So to revise, I guess, there are bats in the intestines. You cut them out with the scalpel, and then you laser them twice, and then more of them appear, and you repeat until the bats are gone.
If you're struggling to keep up, that just means I'm doing a very good job.
Yeah. Like, if you've never played this game and you're having a hard time tracking where the things are happening, that means Leo is going fast enough. Also, you can see the vitals are at Chu. Don't miss this.
We'll see.
So, mistakes after you have finished the operation cost 5 vitals. So, if Leo made a mistake there, he would have to redo the operation.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But,
also, you may have noticed that sometimes Leo, after an operation, will pause the game and go episode select. Sometimes he would just let the text through. So it's actually faster on some episodes to let the text go because it's super fast. There aren't that many dialogue boxes after the operation. It's just a small optimization we found, I don't know, like 3-4 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, I can't remember. It was before I started speedrunning this game, at least.
Yeah.
Which, that makes you feel old, probably, doesn't it?
Nah, I won't mention that. There are people that played this before me and that will feel even older if I do it. So.
True. Yeah. So, this op is the second guild type. It's Defetera, and it is RNG hell, as I like to think of it, because this is the first point where the run can go completely down the toilet.
Yeah. So this is the second guild strain, Defetera, as Leo mentioned. It's basically 2 tumors, a red one and a blue one, but they move around freely, and you need them to join together so you can deal damage to them by draining their tissue. And, well, their movement is random, question mark? You can sort of manipulate it with the gel, but it's not consistent.
Yep.
Also, these static tumors are dealt with laser. So here... And we're just at RNG's mercy right now.
Please.
There we go.
There we go, nice. So, go on.
When they do go out here, you can sort of like make a cloud of gel to try to limit their motion and bring them together. They like to just dance around each other and not actually touch, and this is really bad.
I'm gonna have a nap at this rate.
One of the worst Defteras ever.
It is truly a Defetera.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try the cloud. Let's see. Oop.
That worked.
It worked.
Let's
go. It's not very often it works.
Yeah, sometimes the blue one doesn't react to it and just zooms away.
So for the same reason as before, do the membrane first.
Small optimizations.
Yeah.
And so if you thought, okay, that wasn't too bad, well, now there will be 2 pairs of them, 2 reds and 2 blues. And if the red one meets the other red one, Leo will take damage. Oh, no, not Leo, the patient. The patient will take damage, and a tumor will spawn, like so.
I'll take mental damage.
Like so. Oh, I was going to say again, but
yeah, it didn't. Okay.
Also, if one of the pairs is merged and one of the unmerged ones comes into contact with the merged pair, they take damage. Wow. Wow. What are the hitboxes, man?
They're questionable. Like, what?
Yeah,
okay, thanks.
Okay, yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
There we go.
Please.
Also, I'm 100% sure that they are programmed to, like, zoom into the what do you call it? The pair that is currently merging. Let's see.
Oh, I need to drink this. Whoop.
Oh, that was just short.
I was too busy with the other one.
Yeah, optimally, you want to extract them at the same time, if you get the opportunity, of course, thanks to RNG.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
There we go.
There we go.
I think this is arguably the worst Defetera I've had in, like, probably a year. Which is saying something.
Marathon luck, man. It's real. Can you do, like, 1 gel? Like, just 1 vital?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. No problem.
There we go. Perfect.
Alright, cool. Let's get out of Defetera and into... Oh, I just remembered what
the most famous operation in this game. The patient is a bomb.
Yeah, so this game came out at the same time as the Wii. It was a launch title. And I think the one thing that everyone remembers about this game, other than it being kind of nonsense, is the bomb. We're doing surgery on a bomb. Yeah, that's also full of nonsense. So we're going to be doing that. While we load into that, are there any messages or anything to be read real quick?
Sure thing. We got another message from Double Double for $5.20 saying, "Being good at the first strain is the key Ryaki to success."
Very good, very good.
Yeah, keep them coming, keep them coming.
Keep them coming, we love them.
All right.
So as you can see, patient is a bomb.
Yeah.
And you have 5 minutes to deal with it.
5 minutes is plenty of time.
Yeah, surely.
Well, we'll talk about the gimmick when we get there.
Just don't blow up.
It'll be fine.
So first, we need to rotate the Wiimote, which is a cool feature.
That was pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Or 54 entry, pretty good.
Yeah. All right, these pins I'm more worried about.
Yeah, so these pins are kind of jank. Like, you need to, like, pull the Wiimote in and then out and then back in, and sometimes they won't go where they're supposed to. That was a perfect job.
All right, now
it's the hard part. I'll touch the white panels, not the red ones. I'll let Leo focus. But if he misses twice, he blows up and dies.
What is this layout? Hello? No, don't take me towards the red panels, you stupid bomb. All right, it's fine. Ooh. This game has a tendency of putting the red panel that you wanna, like the panel you wanna laser next, turning it red. So
yeah,
I'm being very. Ooh, that's a first miss.
That's the first miss.
That's fine. I'm gonna be a little more careful. I wanted to go Sonic fast.
I got so scared there.
All right. Let's go for the hard strat, I think.
Go, go, go.
Hello. Zero gap. Ooh. Nice.
So, this is another part where you're supposed to use the healing touch.
That was a little scary. Nice S rank.
Leo wanted to style on everyone and just do it without the healing touch. It's actually faster to do it without the healing.
Oh, by a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to do it in the recce now, don't I?
The death animation of the bomb actually takes time, and it takes 3 times that time when you're under healing touch. So not using healing touch can be faster if you can kill the core fast enough.
Anyway.
That was a superb job.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
So this is the only op we're going to be doing on hard. The category states you should be doing it on normal or low or higher rather. I was about to say lower. That would be weird, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
But yeah, you have to play it on normal or hard. So this op is the only op where it's other than 2-4 potentially, but it's the only op where realistically you save good like 10 seconds.
This is 100% worth it to do it on hard if you can do it consistently, obviously.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much an auto-scroller, and this is where the difficulty difference comes in. Leo has to drain fluid from the lung. He needs to find them, cut, drain, gel, and there are 4 waves, and between each waves you need to wait for the plane turbulence. This surgery is happening inside the plane, so yeah. And the time between turbulences is shorter on hard compared to the other difficulties. And one optimization that Leo found is you can actually ultrasound as the turbulence spawns in, and if you're lucky, you get to see one of the points for the next wave.
So where I'm ultrasounding kind of covers a few locations. I know which patterns they can be, so that's why I'm able to...
Yeah, there are only 4 patterns, so if you ultrasound at a specific spot and you don't find anything, you know it's the last pattern.
Like that.
Yep.
And that is the plane surgery done. We did surgery on a plane, but not on a plane. Huh?
That's also a good one.
Technically correct.
Do you want to donate? So the donation.
Yeah, let me get my phone out real quick. But yeah.
Alright, so coming up is the 3rd strain of guilt. It's called Treaty. We call them the Green Doritos. You'll see why in a moment.
Yep.
But
and I think this is also one of the most memorable guilt types because it's so frustrating casually.
Yeah. When you're playing casually, the game doesn't explain what's happening to you at all, and you just blindly take things out and they will replicate and you won't understand why. So a lot of players either get completely walled here or just use the healing touch and remove it in one cycle. Like Leo will do, but without the healing touch because he has the healing touch in real life.
Yeah, so Treaty is pretty trivial once you understand the 2 rules that go with it. We're not going to explain it here because it would take too long, I feel like. But I'm going to do my best to just basically yank out all the thorns, yank out all the triangles, and go fast.
The Doritos, not the triangle.
Sorry, the Doritos.
Not before Angie interrupts you, of course.
Rude.
With some dialogue.
It's fun.
So this is actually a cycle to make. Leo went for the safe strat here, leaving 3 thorns. Because, well, the thorns regenerate after a while, so if they do regenerate because you're slow at extracting the Doritos, less thorns will regenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah, still pretty good, so I'm happy with it.
Right, so coming up is 4-2, which is the first multi-patient operation, kinda?
Technically.
Yeah.
If you want to be like exact about it, yeah, it is.
So we're gonna see Baby Tatardi, which is the 4th strain of guilt. It's a little, I don't know how to describe it, a little thing that swims in your organs and you need to inject anti-serum into it.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a mudkipper, I guess.
A mudkip?
Like, you know, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something.
Clearly a mudkip.
Oh, Mudskipper, that's the one. That's what I'm thinking of.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's good enough. But yeah, you'll see very quickly. I am also going to try and do a pretty cool trick that I'll let Bella try and explain.
Yeah, so these things, they're a little bit on a cycle. I guess it's easier to explain after the third strike, but much like Kiriaki, they will burrow down, and you need to cut them open again. And after the third one, because these are the immature ones, we need to drain their cytoplasm or whatever, so...
Yes!
Nice. So you can make it a one cycle by draining it fast enough after you cut them open. The timer for that is actually starts when you place them down, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So you need to tool switch to incision, to scalpel, make a quick cut, and then drain it, all in a very tight frame window. It saves close to half a second, I think.
Yeah, it's if you do it on all 3 patients, it's considerable. So
yeah, no, it's half a second per time you get it right.
Yeah.
So you can save up to 1.5 seconds. So these are just 2 repeat operations. It's the exact same thing because you need to find the 3 colors. So if we have any comments.
Sure thing. We have Flo with a $35 donation.
Yo.
$2.5 for every Fumo in the crowd, but I might have miscounted. They're putting that towards the Yono and the Celestial Elephants costume bid war tomorrow for the Celestial costume. Then we got Leon Makar with $20. Doctor, there are 2 more tumors on the Fumos.
On the Fumos?
Pat them to cure them. And then we got Neflin with a $5 donation. Only people who have played this game will appreciate just how much work you put in to run this game so well. Trauma Center kicked my butt on my playthrough, so seeing this run through is therapeutic. Loved it though. They're putting that towards the Ghoul School any percent upgrade to 100%, and the same does a $5 donation from Anonymous. Back to you.
Alright, so we're on the last patient here. They wanted to be cheeky and do like something different for this last one, so he's just gonna...
I'm gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it spin.
Yeah. You can just boost vitals with the stabilizer and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's going on the
Nice,
second.
so that's 2 out of 3. Very
Yeah, not
nice.
bad.
What do you mean not bad? That's impossible.
Ah.
You're the only one who can do that consistently.
I don't want to talk about how many times I've like sat there in practice, like, please let me get it, and having to go really fast.
Right, a common mistake that people make on Fortune, like they'll finish one operation and immediately go to the episode select, only to realize, no, you need to do 3 patients to start over.
It's it's frustrating. I've done that I think once or twice. I definitely did that on a race with Trojan at one point.
Yeah.
That definitely happened.
I did that on PB Pace once. Very cool. So 4-4 is pretty much 4-2, but now there will be 3 Tatardi, the full version with like all the DLC, and there's the yellow one, the green one, and the purple one. And all you need to do is inject the correct color onto the correct Tatardi. The difficulty being that they only flash their colors for a little bit, and you need to memorize it, but it's trivial.
Yep. So I'm gonna do my best to not miss.
You should do it blindfolded.
No. I need to see what I'm doing. So let's get rid of these diverticular
Yeah, these are just tumors with
colors.
different colors, yeah, and they're shiny tumors. Only 1 in 8,192 runs have a different colored tumor. I'm just kidding. Alright, so they flash their colors for about a second or 2, and all you have to do is memorize. Very nice. Manipulating RNG for future operations.
Yep. You can see you only really need to like poke it basically.
Yeah.
It's done, so let's keep doing that. If you poke the wrong color, you have to then deal with those tumors again.
Also, I'll take a moment here to explain that one of the special score requirements for this operation is to not make any mistakes. As you can see, Leo jabbed the organ instead of the Tatardi, and it's insanely hard to get all the score bonuses for this operation.
The worst part about it is it like moves and it can suddenly just turn a direction. Yeah. So it's unlike the inflammations where you can be a little bit more like patient with it. This, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. I've missed it, time to reset.
They always turn when they near the organ walls, but sometimes they just randomly turn, and it's complete trash when that happens.
Yeah, that was Tatati. We did a little bit of research, but it's now the actual research for Pempty.
Yes.
That's the 5th guild string. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now.
Some important politician got infected with the 5th strain of guilt. Is it a politician? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the head of the head of, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody important.
Somebody, yes. And he's like, use my body for science. Investigate how to treat this guilt while operating on me several times. So we'll do just that.
Yeah. This guy goes through like 4 surgeries, 3 or 4?
3, I think.
That's a lot of surgeries.
Yes, that is. Makes you wonder why we're suturing him back up.
Yeah, just leave him open.
What a terrible thing to say.
Things you don't want your doctor to say. Part 63.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Victor, stop talking to me.
Victor is the guy on the bottom right of the screen. So we're trying blindly here. It's scalpel, laser, gel. None of it will work. So Victor prepares for us some special medicine to inject. We do blue, then pink, then yellow. And then things will go weird. So you inject.
Come back. So this is also on a cycle, which is very frustrating.
Yeah. And the cycle is not consistent depending on, like, I guess it's RNG a little bit.
Yeah, you can get a very, very good cycle and basically never have to wait for it.
Yeah.
But getting that is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it's such a minor detail that it only wastes like 2 seconds at worst, so we don't really pay much attention to it.
We were actually talking about, you know, you mentioned how there's certain requirements for access. Well, for this one, you have to let the vitals drop for it to count as like an instruction from Victor. So you have to sit there letting this patient just take damage.
When you're playing casually, you're like, oh, how do I get the max score for this? I did everything the game asked me to, and you actually need to let the patient suffer by lowering the vitals below 70 so you can raise them back to 70. Atlas, I guess.
Yep.
And so here is some medical research, based on actual research. We need to do this puzzle.
It's funny because Derek is, like, he's implied that he's an idiot. And like all the dialogue up to this.
Yes. I mean, I certainly feel like an idiot when I misdrop a piece.
And then you don't get a gold. You just red split, you're like, oh, why?
There's no worse feeling than losing 1 second because you misdropped a piece on a 4-piece puzzle.
It's when Angie then like scolds you for it as well. That's what adds to it. It's not just the miss, it's the Angie saying, that doesn't go there. It's like, thank you, Angie, I'm aware. Alright, we're gonna use that research on the patient again. Gonna be slightly different, but very boring.
Yeah, so with that amazing research we just did, Victor developed a new serum to inject into the empty mass.
It's nanomachines,
It's like
son.
yes, a nanomachine.
I had to make that joke. I missed the cycle, what is this all about? There we go.
Usually when you miss the cycle on the first wave, you get it on the second one.
Yeah, they seem to be tied. Anyway, you can see it doesn't work, the whole like cloud comes back, so we gotta inject it all again.
Also, fun thing, you don't actually need to laser those things. You just leave them there. Yeah, I know.
You know, just to prove a point. There we go.
Like the chief just goes, his body can't take it anymore. Just get out of the operating fields.
It's like, if I deal with this, then it'll help him.
No.
No.
Just back out. We'll be back in like 2 minutes after some research.
I'm pretty sure, like, in terms of canon, it's probably like a week or whatever they're doing all this in. Not quite literally 5 minutes that we've done these last few operations.
I mean, you extracted a tumor in 2 seconds. I think the time frame is very clearly different.
I suppose, yeah. Anyway, it's time for another puzzle. This one, we have to do 2.
And they're big now.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
More opportunities to misdrop pieces.
No, don't. Why would you say that?
I mean...
Do you want me to drop them?
I do, because it'll be funny.
Actually, what's going to happen is...
It's only a 2-second time loss.
I'm going to do my best to not miss it and completely fumble.
Alright.
That's what's going to happen. Let's see what my predictions are going to be.
I'll also silently judge you for which piece you pick up first.
I'm going for blue. Oh, tech skip.
Whoops. That is insane. Insanely fast.
Thank you, Angie. That was very impressive, wasn't it?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I remember, I think one of the trauma center was Leon. He saw me do 4-7 and was like, you know what, I'm going to do some ILs for that. Within half an hour, I decided I'll do some ILs and beat his time by a good like couple hundred milliseconds. Wow. It was like the ultimate slam.
Did he at least beat your previous PB?
I don't know. Did he? I hope so.
Leo the sniper.
I mean, I sniped your ILs as well.
Yeah, don't. I used to have all the records for this game. Now I only have one. Leo took them all from me.
What can I say? I just really like this game.
You're just good, man. What can I do?
Beat me.
It's not easy.
Okay, but just beat me.
Yeah. It's a skill issue, I know.
Anyway, it's time for Pempty. We're actually doing the fight now. We're actually doing things. Let's see if I can get
the actual fight, that is. So it's pretty much an auto-scroller, sadly. The things come out and you laser them and they die.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a very nice little skip here.
Yeah.
Yo, let's go.
Nice.
So getting all 5 of those blue cores on this operation is very difficult because of the dialogue, but it saves you like a noticeable amount of time. So
yeah, it's also optimal to always go damage the core instead of the small guys. So the red ones make lacerations, the blue ones make small tumors, and the gray ones just circle the main core, dealing damage over time. Usually you can deal with the gray ones easily because if you're damaging them, you're also damaging the core. And the goal is to just laser things. And you'll also notice that the laser never runs out. I guess this is the first time in the run that we're mentioning this, but your tools actually run out. Like, if you do nothing but inject stabilizer, eventually your syringe will break or something, and the nurse needs a new one.
That's apparently logical.
And usually the laser also burns out after a while, but not this one, because it's a special one that manages to damage the Pempty core, but also slightly damages the patient's tissue or whatever.
I think because apparently according to plot, the bacteria, like all this brown stuff, protects the lung.
Yeah.
Like whatever, I don't know.
Anyway, there is a canon reason why the infinite laser can't be used on other operations. Also, I was getting ready to be hyped for Pempty skip, but the RNG gods are not in our side today.
We got another Pempty later, it's fine.
Yeah. So there's a mystical glitch that no one can explain, yet at least, where the Pempty defeat animation, that little animation that took like 10 seconds of things exploding, it just gets completely skipped and it saves 10 seconds.
Yep.
And there's no known way to do it consistently.
Yeah. Anyway, we're done with Pempty. I mentioned we'll be doing a lot of Kiriaki. This is the upcoming up 5-2 is literally nothing but about 4 minutes or so of Kiriaki. We'll see how fast I go.
4 minutes? You told me you could do it in under 3.
Well, we're going by IGT or RTA?
IGT.
Well, then it's going to be like hopefully sub 3.
Oh, I guess we're playing RTA. Yeah. You're right.
We'll see. Let's go. All right. So yeah, it's literally non-stop Kiriaki. This is one of my favorite ops because I'm very fast at it. So all I'm going to say is don't blink because you will miss a patient. Like every patient is about 20 to 30 seconds.
Operation is 4 minutes long. They can blink as much as they want.
No blinking. Not allowed. Stare.
So this is a 5-patient operation. The game gives you a 10-minute time limit because it expects you to, be slow at the game. But
so that's a soft limit. Like the game, if you complete the operation, hello, there we go. If you complete a patient, how did that not get shelled? Garbage shell. Anyway, if you complete a patient before the 5-minute mark, it will...
I think you actually need 3. So if you save 3 patients and the time runs out, the game will actually award you with the clear of the episode so you can move on with the story. I guess during playtesting, a lot of players couldn't do the 5 patients.
Yep.
So a refresher on Kiriaki, I guess, if you blinked. There are bats in the lung or whatever organ. They make lacerations, you ultrasound them, cut them open, they make a new laceration, you laser them, 2 times still, I think, yeah.
Yep.
And they die, and more spawn, and you repeat, and then the big one takes 3 hits to kill. The difference between the patients here is how many Kiriaki spawn. On patient 1 you had 2 waves, one of 2 and another one of 2. For patient 2 here, there are 2 and then 3. And you can see the vitals will get dangerously close here, but everything is under control, don't worry. Leo's perfect at this. He has never killed a patient in 5-2 before.
We'll roll with that lie.
Yes.
I mean, that truth.
Yes.
All right.
But yeah, patient 3 here will be the first one to have a small Kiriaki together with the big one.
Oh, the lovely double.
Yes, sometimes when you ultrasound, you can see both of them at the same time, so you don't need to ultrasound again. And it's sort of RNG, like, you can tell sort of where they will end up based on the initial cuts. Like, you can infer their position from that, but it's not exactly consistent.
Yeah, since this is pretty repetitive, there's a couple more of these. I feel like probably time for some messages.
Yes, exactly.
Sure thing. We got another one from Leon Makar saying, with $5, saying $20 more if Pepsi skip happens in Chapter 6.
Oh my god.
Well,
that'll be be wild.
Monka RNG, I guess.
And I also have a small little announcement, I guess. Tomorrow morning, we will start selling T-shirts, high-quality, limited edition T-shirts, which can be purchased online at the speedrun.store, or if you are here at the event at the info desk. They will only be available during the duration of the event, $22 per T-shirt, and 8 of those dollars will go directly to the Alzheimer Fountain. So if you want a T-shirt with an ESA logo, and you can check them out online, make sure to go there tomorrow when they are available.
I mean, I'll be lining up for one of them tomorrow. So, Less Patient, it's exactly the same as the others, but this time you may actually see the vitals go near 0. Maybe not, because Leo boosted.
Hello? Where'd you go? Thank you.
So each time you cut the Kiriaki out, it deals exactly 6 damage, so... Yes. But he had 5. If he had cut out without boosting vitals, the patient would have died. It's okay, Leo.
I'm just thinking about the IL, man.
Don't look at the clock.
Ooh,
I got really scared that was going to be a bandage mister.
It's fine.
It's fine.
For quick reference, the IL for that is like a 736 or so. So that was...
That beats my average PB, consider that. My average segment time.
That's... I wasn't ready to do that.
It probably beats my gold as well. That's how good it is. And that was like an average...
Yeah, I
slightly worse than average performance for Leo.
Anyway, time for some more treaty. So, wait for this sound effect. I'm gonna wipe my hands, holy smoke.
Yeah.
God. It's fine.
Yeah, so again, we are going to have a repeat of treaty. Reminder how that works. You remove all the thorns and then you remove all the Doritos. If you fail, there's a timer on when the thorns respawn. And Leo is hopefully just going to extract everything in one cycle.
I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
The worst that happens is I HD anyway.
Yeah. So ideally, you want a healing touch here because there are too many thorns, and if you start missing, it's hard to go back into a rhythm.
While it might look like these are separated, they are still one entity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if I extract a triangle while there's still thorns, it will make more Doritos. Sorry.
Yes.
The Doritos.
The Doritos replicate if you extract them.
Anyway, I'm surprised I did that HT-less.
Yes, exactly. That's really hard to do without HT. If you make a mistake, it's really easy to miss the cycle. And I think you made a mistake.
I think I dropped like 1, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
That was a really good one, anyway. So, 5-4, and it's a repeat of the tardy. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, Chapter 5. Chapter 6 later. Chapter 5 is basically, do you remember how to do all these things? And then we throw new things at you after we've ruined your wrists.
Yeah.
So
this is usually the point of the run where runners will start feeling wrist pain. Or not necessarily pain, but like a slight discomfort.
Yep.
And if you play this game for too long, you can actually develop hand issues because these motions are very precise, very fast, and very repetitive. So, reminder to stretch your hands while playing this game.
I can't right now.
Well, not now, yes.
I know.
It was just a general comment.
So yeah, I feel like while we go through Tatati, there's any messages. This is perfect. There goes the excess.
We do indeed have some messages. We got Trasha Place with $10 saying, I love this game. It's got Doritos and teriyaki. More of that. Good luck on the run. Then we got $5 from Anonymous. This man's hands are actual witchcraft. And puts those towards the ghoul school, any percent upgrade to 100%.
Lovely, thank you. Yeah. In my splits, when I run this game, I basically made all the guild types food with some help of with different members of the community. So yeah, Kiriaki is teriyaki. It just sort of repeats onwards. Salvado is Spaghetto.
Yeah.
There's lots of memes. If you want to see those, then I'm gonna shill myself.
I'm sure if we have Greek viewers, they will be very pleased to know you have memed on their days of the week.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of more guilt, it's time for a new one. And this one's also one of my favorites, I think.
The gummy worm, right?
Yeah, this is Gummy Worm. And this is Paraskevi, or Gummy Worm, where we can't just pull this thing out. Or laser it. We gotta cut it all up until it's really small and then grab it out.
Yeah, so this thing is shaped like an arrow. It's pretty huge, and if you pull it out, it just doesn't work. So we need to cut it open, but the gimmick is when you cut it open, it splits itself into two, and you need to laser its tail to halt its movement. If you take too long, they burrow into the next organ. It starts in the intestines, and I think it moves to the stomach, and then the liver, and then to the heart. If it burrows while in the heart, or while on the heart, I guess, the patient just dies.
Yep.
So Leo is not gonna actually have the things go to the heart. He'll just extract everything in here. And the quick strat here is to like laser them individually and then cut them up until they become super small and you can extract them.
You'll notice that one is waggling its tail and there was a voice line for it. That just means it's about to go. Please hurry. But it doesn't really matter because the moment you laser it, it resets its timer, which is something that kind of Thello investigated a little bit in more detail. That was kind of interesting to find out how Paraskevi works.
You can manipulate them with the laser to never burrow, so if you know what you're doing, it's just never an issue with Paraskevi. Yeah. Unless they are already in the heart, then you can be kind of difficult to deal with. Yep. If you're not fast enough with the laser or imprecise. The hitbox for the tail is very small.
Yeah, it's quite awkward. It's very easy to just sort of like constantly chase it and not hit it, and you're just frustrating. And eventually you burn out your laser and you're like, oh, cool, I can't even laser it, and it gets away. But
yeah.
Luckily, not a...
Yeah, it's more of a problem on harder difficulties, especially on post-game, because the timer for burrowing is really small and you need to go really fast. So coming up is 5-8 and 5-9. They're sort of like the final boss for the original plot of Under the Knife.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're scared of spiders, don't worry, these don't look like spiders.
No.
They're technically spiders.
Yeah, it's though actually, if you don't like spiders, you'll probably enjoy watching them disappear.
Yeah, that's a word you can use, absolutely. More like a burn them up.
Yep, incinerate them.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do this. So we start with some suturing, and then we'll get to lasering. And this is the first time, basically, you'll see me use the healing touch willingly. Once I've lasered 3 sets. Doesn't actually matter when, but 3 is just sort of convenient as a nice big gap.
Yeah. You get more downtime like that. Anyway, cool star. And these spawn on a set timer, so using the healing touch here doesn't matter. Usually the healing touch will slow down all animations and all timers, but for some reason the spawn timer isn't affected here. I guess it would just trivialize the difficulty.
Yep.
And because you use the healing touch, they are walking super slowly, so it's super easy to just burn them all up as soon as they spawn.
Yep.
We actually investigated if using the healing touch is faster here because it produces a lot of lag. Like there's a bunch of effects every time you...
If you can be perfect on lasering it, it will be more efficient, but it just relies on you getting them...
It relies on you using the healing touch in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
So 5-9 will be our first encounter with Savato, the final guild strain. And it's really cool. It has some RNG to it. Its attack pattern is random. Like it has 2 attacks, basically. Make a big cut that spawns small spiders and make 3 cuts. And we don't want to see either of those. The time until its next attack is random, so it'll become a pain if it keeps attacking. UBGM, by the way.
Cool, so I'm gonna do a pretty cool trick here. Let's see if I can do it. Nope, I was too fast.
Yeah. So this is one of the few glitches in the game. If your scalpel, or any tool actually, runs out, you can push Z for like 1 frame, and you can trigger it even while the tool is out. So you see Leo mashing here. That is actually damaging the web while the thing is out. So every time he pushes, he can damage it for 1 frame. And if you mash Z, you can damage it several frames.
Yep.
Enough to... Yeah, are you going for the
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. All right.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. This should still work.
So yeah, this phase is usually kind of annoying because he will spawn more webs and more webs with more spiders, but using that cool glitch, we can avoid all that. And now the main goal here is to laser Salvato's body, but the gimmick here being the shell it has regenerates if it ever uses an attack. So imagine he has 4 health bars. The first one is pretty big, the second one is shorter, the third one is even shorter, and the fourth one is like 1 HP. So right now he has full HP and Leo needs to burn it all in one go. If Salvato ever attacks, he will regenerate his current health bar to maximum. So after you get the first hit, it's actually trivially easy to deal with Salvato because the HP will be low enough that even if he attacks, you can still...
What is it doing? It's just chilling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with this. This is a great phase too.
So 849 IGT, this is really good RNG. Salvato is not attacking too much.
I'm gonna wait for the laser a little bit to get into the white.
I usually comment on good RNG on wave 3 because it brings about bad luck, but clearly it's working out.
I'll wait a little bit again.
Yeah,
so I know the damage values on like how much laser I need and how much I need to laser it.
Laser management is a really big part of this operation. And you see Leo killing the small spiders. This is necessary because after you finish dealing damage, he will like absorb all the small ones, and some of them are like super slow. Anyway, inject the thing here. The healing touch will be triggered automatically, and he's too fast, so we're going to trigger another healing touch on top of it and stop time altogether, and just kill him while time is stopped.
That was pretty fast. Even I wasn't ready for how fast that was.
Yeah, too many things to explain on too little time.
Luckily, we have Salvato again, so we can kind of go over a few more things on that.
Luckily.
Hopefully. Depends on how well that one goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're now out of chapter 5.
Yes.
And we're on to the actual, like, the differences between UTK, Under the Knife, and Second Opinion, the remake of it.
That was a really good 5-9.
Yeah,
like,
that was
really good RNG.
That was wild.
So coming up is chapter Z. I don't know what the Z stands for, but it's Naomi's side plot, and we'll play as her instead of Derek's.
So, of course, she has the healing touch as well. And we're pretty much going to use her healing touch in nearly every op she's in. There's only like one exception, so...
Instead of slowing down time, Naomi's healing touch heals the patient for every action you take. So every time you see a little okay, cool, good, or bad pop up, I guess bad doesn't regenerate HP, but like every successful action you do regenerates a little bit of vitals, which is very useful on operations where you take a lot of damage. Why am I talking about this now? Because this is just reconstructing a bone, and it's pretty easy to follow along.
I just gotta rotate my wrist, and that's awkward after nearly an hour of...
Showcasing the full power of the Wiimote, including rotation.
Well, yeah, because considering this was a launch title, Atlas was like, we need to cram in as many features as possible.
Yes.
And yet they didn't include any kind of motion controls, realistically.
Well, the IR sensor is kind of the motion control.
I guess, yeah.
It doesn't use the accelerometer.
I'm kind of glad they didn't, to be honest.
Me too.
But,
imagine if Trauma Team was a launch title.
God, that would be
imagine the jank. Anyway, Z-2 here, we have weird tumors. These are actually different tumors that you treat differently.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
We're gonna...
So, for these, they are actually attached to 3 veins or whatever. You need to cut them, and then only when all 3 of them are cut, you can extract the main tumor. The gimmick here is that 2 of them will appear right now, and the casual player will go, oh, alright, I'll just treat one and then the other, but the catch is that if you finish treating one and extract it, by the time you begin operating on the second one, the first one will regenerate, so you need to extract them together as such. And then you deal with the leftover tumors. And you can see the vitals are low, but Leo is fine with it, even though 4 of them just spawned. That's because Naomi's healing touch will trigger automatically here. And as mentioned, every time you see an OK on the screen, the patient will recover a good chunk of vitals.
Yeah, so just watch the vitals go up, and then again, and again. So I'm just going to basically deal with all these tumors one by one, and then pull them all out. I don't have to worry about the vitals, because Naomi's healing touch is pretty broken.
Yeah, on hard, it's actually possible to die if you ignore the small tumors, as Leo is right now, because the DPS you take from having 3 unextracted tumors already dealt with is high enough that it outpaces the healing from the actions. Also, the blood pool here spawns randomly, so
Yep.
that was an okay pattern. It was like 4 or 5 pools from what I counted.
Alright. Now we get to basically get in a car and then watch a car crash happen and have to deal with the patient. So,
Wait, you're spoiling the plot.
Oh no, the plot! So anyway, this is probably a good time for maybe 1 or 2 messages while we load into this real quick.
Sure thing. We got a $30 donation from Limmy saying, "Hey Leo, I noticed you seem to be out of disinfectant. Please use this money to buy some more for the sake of your patients." We're putting that towards the Pokemon White 2 80% Cynthia boss fight to make that happen tomorrow. And we also got a $25 donation from Yatogami saying, "Okay, I know Leo is the runner, but I have a question for Thoria. Since you have to do crazy motions, does this game make you a professional pancake flipper?" Enjoy the run, Crowd and Chat. And they're putting that towards the Yono and Celestial Elephants bit war, making it very close between Link, which the donation was towards, and Celestial, $45 and $35 towards those. So keep those donations coming if you want to influence that bid war for tomorrow.
So you can see Leo is operating on the dark here. We're operating on a tunnel, and the lights conveniently went out. And just as Leo finishes, oh surprise, they're back on.
Yeah, I was pretty quick there.
So if you missed the action, don't worry, Leo missed it too. He just knows where stuff is and just operates blindly.
Yeah, doing the IL for this sucks. Like
this is actually an operation that you can do blindfolded because the motions are exactly the same.
Well, I still rely on the cursor location, I'm gonna be honest.
Just know the cursor location, I guess. Anyway, about the pancake flipping, at least I can never flip my pancakes correctly, so I don't know if it's a me issue, but the answer would be no.
Yeah, I don't think it does improve your... You don't really do... I guess you do this motion, but it's not like the same as like a... You saw a swooping motion, I guess, for pancakes.
Sounds like we should get Chew Pancakes to do something after the run. And
maybe, yeah, we should test that theory.
We need Chew Frying Pans and Chew Pancakes, please.
That was a jealous incision. Whoops.
Whoops, that's good. You saved time.
My frames. Hello, can I drain this? Thank you.
Yes, so Z4 here is a kidney transplant, but it also has 2 of the crazy tumors. And you extract them, draw a star, hopefully don't miss the star. And then you just finish the kidney transplant before the healing touch wears out, because as soon as you cut open the vein and the other vein, I don't know if it's an artery.
Yeah.
Anyway, the patient takes a lot of damage.
And now
we wait. We all don't know what causes this wait. The game is just like chilling. And eventually he decides, oh, you did everything, good job.
Yeah. Very annoying when you're on a very good pace and you're just like, please, I want to keep playing the game.
And you just see a red split that you have no control of.
Yep. Yeah.
So Z5, this is also a Savato operation, but we're not dealing with the mature one. So it's just the I guess the semi-mature baby spiders, the crystallized blue ones. So if you let the small spiders not gobble up, they get together, they make a jamboree and they fuse together and they become a big blue spider that you need to laser. And for research purposes here, Naomi shouldn't kill the blue things until the very end of the operation, because whoever developed the guild is researching their behaviors. Surprise, Naomi is working for the evil guys, I guess.
Spoilers. Wait. Oh, no, this is when this is when we find out.
That was already explained. I mean,
I guess.
If the viewers couldn't read fast enough, that's.
Read faster. Become a speedrunner of reading.
All right. So Leo preemptively did some damage to one of the blue things, so he doesn't have to wait too much after the Kiriaki is done. And yeah, you only need to retrieve one of them, so you can quickly kill one or 2 of them while you're waiting for Kiriaki to do its thing. And now comes the... Alright, cool.
The reason why I did it that way was because animations again. But yeah, we just injected it, pulled it out. It didn't even move, luckily.
Yeah. You save some animation time if you kill them before extracting the one that you need to keep alive. Anyway, I was gonna comment something. I forgot what it was. It was probably not important. So chapter 6. Yes. So this chapter is exclusive to Second Opinion. Under the Knife had a different chapter 6 where you would redo every single guild strain, like operating on the
sinner.
The sinners, which was like the patient 0 of each guild.
Yep.
And now Derek and Naomi will work together on like the final guild patients, I think.
Yeah, so I think they develop some stuff from guilt, and of course, surprise, surprise, it goes bad.
Yeah.
And so Derek and Naomi have to come to save the day. So first we're gonna deal with Tatati again. Except this time it's slightly different.
Yeah, it has a little mutation that makes things a lot harder. So sometimes, on some waves, they won't flash their color at you for a second. So how am I supposed to determine which color goes where? Well, recall that the Tatati let out some gas clouds, and you can tell which is which by the gas cloud color. So the yellow one will make yellow mist, the green one green, and the purple purple. And you can see they are considerably faster, which makes them really, really hard to hit. So the developers actually removed the no miss requirement for this operation. I guess during playtest, no one could do this operation without missing.
That was the halfway mark. Derek made a little in Japanese.
Yeah.
That's nearly the wrong color. Ooh, it's fine.
Also, I guess I never mentioned because it's really hard to come up on a speedrun, but if you inject the wrong color, a colored tumor will appear based on where you injected. Very nice.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. No major mistakes. So.
Yep.
And nice vitals. Alright, let's move on to the actual fun stuff. So that little that Derek let out that you probably didn't hear because Lola was talking was the fact that Derek has been infected with guilt.
Oh, no.
Not just one, but 2.
Yeah, so...
And on the heart.
Derek's infected with 2 strains at once. I think this is the only operation in the game where this happens.
Yeah, there's no multi... guild patients.
Yeah,
like this.
so he has Kiriaki and Paraskevi, so he has teriyaki on his gummy worm, according to Leo's meme splits. But anyway, we will use Naomi for this operation, and it's a skill issue for me, but Leo is really good at this operation.
Let's see how it goes, because...
So there will be a bunch of Kiriaki in the heart, and Healing Touch will be active because, as you can see, the vitals are already starting low. So there will be a lot of lag, and ideally you want to extract all 5 Kiriaki in 1 or 2 ultrasounds, which creates a lot of lag, but it saves time. If you need more ultrasounds, you will need to deal with laggy ultrasounds, which is really hard to deal with. So here comes the Healing Touch. Leo got 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that was 3 ultrasounds if I counted correctly.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Hello. There we go.
And then a big one will spawn along with 2 Paraskevi worms.
Then you're cutting, yeah.
So yeah, again, as you can see, whenever blood spawns in while Healing Touch, the game lags a lot because it needs to apply some particle effects to...
Yeah, what adds to it is it's on the heart. Like, we've noticed that a lot of lag happens on the heart specifically because of the animations of it moving and everything else, so...
Yeah. Also, remember that Paraskevi, if it burrows in the heart, the patient dies immediately, so a lot of players will prefer to go for Paraskevi first.
Yep.
You could do Kiriaki first, but there's no reason for it. You need to do them both anyway, so...
Yeah, I've never really seen a reason to do it. Might as well just get it out of the way.
So, 3 operations to go. We're nearing the end of the game, I guess.
Yeah. We got this last episode to ESS through, and then we get to deal with Pempty once again, and then followed by a 4-patient op of different guild types. But let's deal with Pempty first, and I get to worry about the 2 RNG hurdles again.
So 6-6, as Leo mentioned, is a repeat of Pempty, and for many years we thought that this was actually easier than the one on 410 because it felt like the attack patterns were slower, but turns out it was just, I don't know, perception. It was some bias because Leo timed it out and the patterns are the same.
So what it is, yeah, so it's I think it's like how much damage needs to be dealt but the cycles are shorter, so it ends up being literally the exact same timing if you were to like put them side by side.
Yeah.
And that includes dialogue. So 6-6 without dialogue is about the same anyway. So it's very, very, very similar to 410. Just no dialogue. I just get to sit here.
Well, ours will be different because you get Pempty skip.
Well, if that happens, then
It'll be very pog.
I think we'll all be losing our minds over that.
Yeah.
So again, just lasering these red cores. It's like the tutorial. Pempty is saying, hey, this is what I've got.
And it's the exact same as before. So to remind everyone, the red ones make lacerations, the blue ones make tumors, and the gray ones just deal damage over time. And we want to prioritize damaging the core over killing the things. So you might see Leo ignore a red or blue one to prioritize damaging the main core. That
was unintentional.
like that, but you know,
It's fine.
yeah.
We got vital stuff.
You can just use the downtime to fix things. So a lot of casual players will have trouble keeping up with Pempty cycles because eventually the time between waves grows shorter and you can easily get overwhelmed, especially if you let the blue ones live. So it may look easy, but it's a balancing act, and there is a considerable amount of precision too, because in order to damage 2 of the blue ones at the same time, you need to position your cursor like at the... It's not pixel perfect, but it's like very precise between the 2 cores.
Yep. This should be the last hit coming in on the main core here. Let's hope I get some nice cores. Or no cores. There we go.
It could happen.
Oh, oh.
Not today, not today.
It's always a thing from which every TC runner, now that we know of Pempty skip, and it's happened a lot in the last like year and a half, I feel like.
I mean, that's because the community is much more active now than it was ever.
Yeah, it's been great seeing a lot of new runners sort of step up and take up the scalpel, or the Wiimote, I guess.
The Wiimote, please. Don't play this game with a scalpel.
Please don't actually play with a scalpel. There's the DS games, but even don't play that with a scalpel. You'll ruin your DS.
Like at the end of the post-game, this game actually says, remember that you're not a doctor and you shouldn't perform surgery in real life.
Yep.
Unless you are actually a doctor, in which case we don't recommend telling your patients how long it took you to complete a game about surgery.
Yep. It's nice to see that, and it still has a nice joking side, even though this game is incredibly difficult.
Yeah. So 6-7 is where casual players will encounter a big difficulty spike. We have 4 patients, each with a guilt strain. The first one is 3D, and the gimmick here is that we are alternating doctors. So Derek does patient 1 and 3, Naomi does patient 2 and 4, and you get 2 healing touches for this operation. You can use one on either 3D or Deftera, and you can use Naomi's on Kyriaki or Perskevi, which is kind of hard to deal with when you're playing casually, because you would want Derek's healing touch for Perskevi, but you get it instead for Deftera and 3D. For 3D, it's nice, I guess, but anyway, more Kyriaki. You've seen this a million times by now. Just do the bats. On normal, we don't actually need Naomi's healing touch. You have just enough vitals here to extract everything without boosting vitals. And healing touch creates lag, so we want to avoid using it.
Yep.
Derek's also is optional. Like, you can use it for 3D to make it consistent, but Leo is a machine playing this game, so...
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're a machine.
Oh, alright. Beep, boop.
Yeah.
Enter insert code.
At the very least, you are half machine, half human.
What's that suggesting? Anyway, let's see how Deftera goes. Nice.
It's suggesting that you are really good at the game. What do you mean?
Oh, so you'll notice there was a little bit of lag. It might have been kind of difficult to see, but anytime a blood pool spawns, usually for the first time on this particular op, it seems to just cause like a nice bit of lag.
One thing we didn't mention, did they bop?
Yeah, they
did. Okay, so one thing we didn't mention, if you have 2 pairs at different stages of damage, so like one of them has taken 2 damage, the other one has taken 0, now 1, they can't merge together if they're out of sync. So the 2 tumors that have taken 2 damage can only merge with themselves, not the other one. So it can actually be beneficial to desync the Defteras.
Please bump.
Even though it's not optimal, because you know, want to extract them together.
Yep. but I'd rather be a little bit safe.
Yeah, that was still really good.
Hello.
Not ideal, but oh.
Come on, gel.
Yeah, the gel is jank.
That's arguably why I go for some jealous incisions. You would have seen me do it a few times. That is incredibly difficult. I do not recommend that to anyone. Like right here.
I mean, you can try it out just to appreciate how hard it is. It'll make Leo's achievement much more impressive. So here we have an entire Paraskevi worm on the heart. This is why a lot of casual players struggle with this. You need to manage their burrow times perfectly to not have them burrow. Leo here is being not that risky, but you know, you
risky
can
enough.
avoid lasering some of them because the hitbox is kind of jank. So the less time you spend trying to laser something, the quicker you will go.
And as we sort of mentioned, you can manipulate on keeping Paraskevi from borrowing if you control it with the laser.
Yeah.
That's basically what I have been doing indirectly.
This is some insane suturing, by the way.
Yeah.
It's really fast.
Paraskevi really like tests your tool switching and how good you can suture and sort of your pacing, because it's really easy to sort of suture too far and now your cursor's too far away from a Paraskevi. So anyway, final op.
Final op.
Let's see how Salvador treats us.
Yeah, so reminder, Salvador was the like big blue spider that spawned more spiders. This time he's red and on fire for some reason.
He's very angry.
Yeah, he's very angry that you're on PB pace and he's here to ruin your fun. I meant that in general. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah, don't look at the timer.
What timer?
What timer? Yeah,
there's a timer?
No.
Oh, what? It's fine. But yeah, so we'll try and kind of cover what's going on with Salvador again, but depending on the RNG, it might be a case if it's pretty difficult to do so. So
right, so the same web skip kinda applies to 6-8. They require more damage to die, so die. Oh, they're not alive. They're webs. Yeah, but anyway, they take more damage, so you need a slightly different manipulation. Yeah, you need to stop damaging them right before they die. So you change to the other pair, and then you can easily mash Z.
Oh, full web, let's go.
Like on a task setting, it's less relevant because you can just mash insanely fast, but for RTA, it helps to time those. Yeah, that was pretty good.
A little bit too early, but it's fine.
Yeah, worked out.
Do I go for the last one?
So now there are 6 of them, and we don't actually have enough time to damage all 3 pairs because of that.
Whoops. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, because the webs turn red and all, so if they actually become fully red, you take a massive damage. You take massive damage, yes.
This is not quite how I want this to go, but it's fine.
It's working out.
No web.
There we go, there we go. Woo. So moving on to the main part of the fight, we need to laser Salvador through its shell. Reminder on how the HP works. It has pretty much 4 HP bars per phase. This is phase 1. And every time that it attacks just like that, it regenerates its current HP bar to full. And you notice Leo is ignoring the small ones. Derek is operating on the top part of the heart. Naomi is operating on the bottom part. And they will automatically clean it up for you, except on the phase 3. And you see Leo burning up the laser. That's for laser management, because you actually need over half of your laser to go through the first HP bar.
Yep.
So
here we go.
Yeah. So you just hope that Salvador won't attack while you're damaging the first HP bar.
It's very frustrating when that happens, because you just don't make any progress.
Yeah. You lose all your progress, but your laser takes a while to refresh, so it becomes...
Oh, the big cut.
Yeah.
Nice.
As you can see, the cut is very big.
Also, can we talk about the logistics of having 2 patients on a... sorry, 2 doctors on a heart?
I mean, I just assumed they're taking turns.
Oh, I would hope so. Otherwise, how are you going to get 2 sets of hands in there?
You see Leo tapping the laser as well. Every frame that you're not actively using the laser, it recharges by a little bit. So if you're near the laser's usage percent or whatever, you can actually start tapping it at a slower rhythm, and it'll regenerate just as much as you use it.
Yeah, Salvador doesn't regenerate its health unless you leave it alone for about 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's actually good for my laser management. That was
All
perfect.
right, perfect. So now we inject the thing.
Do a little
The
boost.
star gets drawn automatically. We draw one on top of it.
And
Stop
inject.
time, and cool. The game is pretty much over now. We just need to get to the epilogue.
8 minutes IGT?
Yeah, that's
Hello?
insane.
Hello?
Really, really good luck.
Let's get this suture and bandage on. We can call it a day.
Yep.
Let me out. Get me to the menu. Get me out. There we go. Okay.
You're on pace for sub 120. That's insane.
What? Oh.
I can tell you now, there's a timer going on.
There's a timer?
Yeah, you're in a
Hold on.
marathon, actually. There are people behind you watching.
What? Nah, I'm kidding.
All right, I'll get ready for time here.
Yep.
So time ends when skip fades and text stops appearing. Please go. I'm in a very awkward.
Should be in about, I want to say,
It's after the next scene.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time.
Okay.
That's a sub 120.
That is a sub 120. It's an incredibly sick time. Third place on the leaderboard, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we include my and your times.
Yeah.
And that's
That's insane.
yes.
It's really, really good.
You know what? I'm gonna thank the Fumo for this.
Absolutely.
They brought me good luck. But yeah, that was Trauma Center Second Opinion. It's a very skill-intensive game, and I know I probably made it look insanely easy.
No, you didn't.
I didn't?
It's really hard.
Yeah, no, it's a very hard game. I recommend, if everyone still has a Wii and a Wiimote on hand, to give it a try. It's very difficult, but it's super rewarding, and I think that's what I think.
Yeah, and if you have any interest at all in speedrunning this game or just hanging out, we have a Discord. It's in the speedrun.com page for any of the Trauma Center games.
Yeah.
We're pretty chill. We hang out a lot and talk about how the Joe is jank.
and post stars.
Sometimes we post stars and we race. We have a streams channel that is very active. I think every day we have someone playing this game.
Yeah.
Not this game, but like the series.
Yeah, the series. That's right.
It's crazy how active the community became like in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
It used to be just me, Iris, Joker, Out the Biscuit, and Slurpee Ninja like a few years back. And now there's more people than I can count.
Yeah. It's been pretty nice seeing the community grow, since I've only been in it for the last 3 years or so.
Yep.
Which is pretty insane.
And you snagged all my records in that time.
Yeah, that's the end.
Yep.
We did it. I did surgery.
Very nice. Like, even though I have never played this game before, I was blown away. It's clear that you've pretty much mastered it. That was amazing. Let's give it one more time for Leo. That was an amazing performance. Great showcase. Good job.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Likewise.